In the previous episode, we defeated the golem, and in today's episode, we're gonna go into the dungeon. I haven't really done any of that yet. There's a couple weapons and whatnot that I can pick up for Ranger there. I think I might do some events. We'll see. It's gonna be just kind of just messing around with some of the in-between stuff, and then in the next episode, we're gonna hit up a bunch of bosses. So we'll see how that ends up going. What do we really need for the? Oh, I've got auto pause on this. I always do this for my screenshots that I take for the thumbnails. I always forget. Let's drop a bunch of this stuff in here. I want to also make, was it the Essence of Blood one? No, that's the melee. Where did it go? Was it Explosive and Harbinger? Or was it the Chemtech? Goodness, I actually don't remember. Chemtech was for range damage. Right. Where that came from, I'm not sure. But it's I think that one's been in my inventory. What was these? Because I definitely know. Okay, so this one for sure. That one I need to kill Duke. Then the... Which one is which? Oh, I see what's going on there. I was getting really confused. I don't know if you noticed that. Where I was able to click through the UI there. All right, let's try this again. So for Genocide, I need Shroomite. Okay, well, that's another thing that we could do too. We could set up a... Actually, I think that might be pretty good. We can set up a mushroom biome and get some shroomite made, which actually I think might be pretty good because at this point, we can get ourselves that armor, which is going to be a upgrade to what we got for Ranger, relatively. I really like the armor for the hallowed stuff. I think the hallowed armor is freaking fantastic, and I think most people agree with me on that. The shadow dodge ability is kind of stupidly good. So let's do a little farming here before I go and, I don't know, descend into the dungeon. Maybe that's what I'll do first. That's actually not a bad idea. Although, do I have any mushroom seeds? Let's look at that first. Mushroom. I have two. That's not ideal. Let's dump all that in there. Let's get rid of this stuff. And those as well. Cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my underground mushroom biome, which is actually just like right there. So I don't even have to travel for it. And, ooh, I actually just noticed that I have that second one over there too. I'm going to try to get some mushroom seeds. We might be able to start a mushroom area real quick, which would be nice to get that done and out of the way. So I don't know about you guys, but do you have like a routine? Especially, you know, like a wake up routine. I have one that I've kept for, I don't know, years and years. And basically what it is, I gotta talk about this. Basically what it is I wake up in the morning, right? Usually use the bathroom. I then, depending on, you know, what I need to do that day, I go and make breakfast. And sometimes that means putting dishes away first, but as of late, I've been having the kids put the dishes away, or my wife will put them away because I just have too much other stuff to do. So I'm not, oh no, not a lava trap. Yeah, let's get out of there. I'm not like into wasting my time trying to put dishes away when I've got other people who are perfectly capable of doing that, right? So basically I get up and get ready to make breakfast, and I start making breakfast, and then I get some coffee. I sit down. Either I do it in the living room, which we're able to do it in the kitchen, the dining room kitchen area, which goes straight into our living room. It's one big open floor plan, so I'm able to see the TV, right? And I'm able to watch stuff. Sometimes I watch YouTube stuff. Sometimes I watch Bluey with my toddler. Freaking Bluey is amazing, by the way. It's like one of the best shows ever. And I just kind of enjoy my little time, right? The reason I bring this up is typically about the time that I either am eating breakfast and instead of watching TV down in the living room, or instead of watching TV, you know, I come upstairs and come into the office. Typically around that time, I turn on my computer. It's about that time every single day. That is when my computer gets turned on, because I make my way into the office and I'm either prepping to do some work, or I'm gonna sit down and watch some YouTube stuff. Ooh, I see it. Nope, it's in. No, I got him. I got the truffle worm. Ooh, that was a close one, huh? So that's kind of my routine. I don't know if you guys have a routine. The reason I bring this up today, not one of those days. Today was I got too much to do day, and I was out all day long, and I didn't turn my computer on until shortly before recording this episode, and it's the end of the night. Like, I'm ready to go to bed, and that like never happens to me. So I'm gonna be honest. This episode, I'm totally thrown off. I ain't got no idea what's going on in my brain, but I am totally thrown off, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's funny how just the slight change in a routine will completely throw you off. At least it does for me. I don't know how you guys are. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit. I kind of wish maybe I just turned on my computer this morning instead of rushing the kids out the door because we all needed to leave today. It's a Saturday. But that's not what happened. So again, I'm all thrown off. Okay, I planted a bunch of mushroom seeds. Got over here. I'm at this spot on my map over here. It's not like the most ideal spot to do it, but I just don't want to go any further left. That was it. I got lazy. I was like, no, I'm good. That's as far as I'm going. Also, I'm getting like an insane amount of enemy spawns. I don't know why. Like, I was over here at night and it was just constant spawns. I was having a really hard time keeping up with the amount of enemies. It's not like my damage is bad, so I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there. We'll hope that grows nice and fast. So now we need to go to the dungeon, which is just off over here. We'll go do some dungeon exploring. Kind of curious about the dungeon. I could go get, like, I have those hallowed keys. So, like, I could go do that. But I'm deciding that I don't want to get the rainbow staff thing. I don't actually think it's gonna be that useful. It's mostly a mage item. And then I think I have a desert key too. Well, that's a summon, so that's not that great for us. So I don't really know exactly what I want to use here, but I am gonna explore into the dungeon a bit, see what we can find. Unfortunately, because we had that weird thing happen with our character and I had to remake the character and I lost all of my exploration, it means I've also lost all my dungeon exploration. So the little trick that I do where I put like a bunch of torches down on one of the biome chests so I can see it easily from the map, that's not there anymore. I ain't got that. So I'm just gonna have to go searching around and hopefully find it fairly quickly. I don't really necessarily feel like why is that not going? Okay, there's a doodad there. I don't feel like I necessarily have to work really hard to find these biome keys. I don't think they're actually all that great for us at the moment, but you know, I would rather, like, here's the jungle one. I'd rather have it than not have it. Is the jungle one a ranged weapon? One of them is something for ranged, and I don't remember which one it is. It might be the jungle one, actually, now that I think about it. Man, I hate these little dudes. They're so annoying to deal with. A lot of the enemies here in the dungeon are so annoying to deal with. Oh, I guess here's a crimson one. That's melee. Another item that actually might want to consider trying to get, oh, perfect timing, Bonely, is the belt and the boots. Because if I can get our ninja stuff, that'd be pretty great. Also, we can now just spawn one of those in because of the deviant. That's also great. I'm starting to have quite a hard time here in the dungeon. Gotten quite a few items though. It's not like we're lacking on items. Gotten 2 tabi, which was not ideal. We needed the belts, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, right? I guess I could sell one of those. Whoa, I don't even know what. Oh, I guess I was on fire. 44 gold. Oh my goodness. 44 gold. Ay. That wasn't good. That's fine. We got a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of gold, so it's not like I'm hurt over the amount of gold, and I should be able to get that back. But yeah, just not a lot of stuff that we actually need. Like, we got a magnet sphere. That's not that great for us. We got a morning star. It's not that great for us. These are great items if we were playing other classes, but I feel like this ranger playthrough has been fairly underwhelming. in a very bad way. And how do I put this? It makes me feel like this is the reason I don't play Ranger, and the reason I just don't tend to enjoy it is because of this. I don't know if that's actually the case, but that's just kind of where I'm at the moment when I'm thinking about back, on this playthrough of the items that I've gotten and whatnot. I haven't really gotten many modded Ranger items to begin with. That's not really the point, though. Thing is, I haven't really just enjoyed my time as a Ranger. So I am going to, like I mentioned, I'm going to commit to the next playthrough being a Ranger playthrough. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, look at all these enemies. What the heck is going on with today's episode? Why are there so many enemies spawning today? I don't know. There was a Stars Above update. Maybe something got janked. It happens sometimes. Anyway, so the next episode the next series I'm absolutely committing to doing a Ranger playthrough again. But if even that doesn't quite fulfill the taste for whether or not I enjoy the class, then maybe I don't return to it for quite some time. And then I can at least check the box off, say, yeah, I've done a Ranger playthrough. In fact, I've done 2. But if I do something like Calamity or Thorium as Ranger, I don't know. I think that might be pretty redeeming in that way. I'm kind of curious. Let me know in the comments what you like most about Ranger, because statistically speaking, oh my goodness, I hate these guys so much. Statistically speaking, you're all Ranger players, just based on the votes that we got for the class when I did the poll for which class I should play for this particular playthrough. It was like everybody wanted Ranger, and in fact, in the polls that I've done in the past where I haven't even offered Ranger as an option, I always get like a bunch of people being like, you should still play Ranger instead. So what is it to you that draws you to the Ranger? Why do you like it? Is it that it's easy to play? Is it that it means that you're able to kill bosses? Is it the aesthetic or the theming of it? Like, I'm really, really curious what exactly draws you to it. I would say as an early Terraria player, like back when it first launched, yeah, you know what? I could see Ranger. I played it a lot. And then I kind of swapped a little bit to melee. Melee wasn't that great. And then Mage was kind of just the greatest one for quite some time until Summoner, and yeah, that doesn't change the fact that Mage is still pretty much the greatest, but the Summoner at least is a lot of fun, and it's different, and it's pretty good. So like it's actually really good for events and whatnot. So, there's something to consider when it comes to that kind of stuff, like theming, items, how everything comes together, whether or not you like the accessories that are offered up to you, like the aesthetics. Is it just that you like bows? Do you like guns? That's another thing. Do you like the separation there? Do you like the bows, the guns, and the rockets? And which is your favorite out of those potential items? Again, all really interesting to me. I find this fascinating to be like, why exactly is this class a popular one? And I would ask these questions for all popular classes. Some of them are a little more obvious. Like, in my opinion, it's fairly obvious why people like the Mage. It's not only is it really strong, but it fulfills its fantasy very well. I freaking hate this guy. I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna die to him. Like, I hate that guy so much. All right, I have another mushroom grass seed. I might go throw that down real quick. Get rid of actually, I'll just sell the lance. Let's be honest. I'm never gonna use it. I'm gonna go see if I can actually get the mushroom dude to spawn yet. I'm having such a hard time with this. There's so many freaking enemies spawning. I'm just trying to like get enough mud down so that this actually spreads properly. It's not spreading enough, so we don't actually have a mushroom biome here because we don't have enough glowing mushroom stuff. But like, I can't even get things down enough for this to happen. It's very agitating. I don't know why everything is spawning so heavily. It was not doing this before, and I actually noticed it right when I logged in to the world. Is that gonna work there? I guess that'll work. I just don't want, I don't want to necessarily have this covering the mushroom stuff. I don't know if it actually counts or not. I guess it does. You can see it down there. Why are there so many enemies? I just don't understand. Oh, we got a mushroom tree. Maybe that counts then. Here, let's also go ahead and just build that up. I like that zombie just went the other direction. Cool. All right, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna go into the dungeon one more time. Let's clear this all out. Get rid of this stuff, and yeah, maybe he moves in. I doubt that he will, but it's always a possibility. So a thing I thought I wanted to talk about, because I had mentioned it previously. First off, Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out real soon. I'm so excited for that game. You have no idea. But in addition to that, I had mentioned that I'm going to do a full review of the Star Wars movies and TV shows. And I think I mentioned it before, but yeah, I'm splitting that into two things. So the TV show review is going to be a different video, but I ran a poll and the results were fairly clear how I should handle it. But I was asking essentially, like, should I do... Oh my goodness, I just got freaking wrecked by those guys. I hate going into the dungeon, especially when like a paladin totally blocks my way like that. These guys are the worst. Anyways, I had asked, you know, if I should do this, because the way the TV shows work, like, honestly, there's 7 seasons of Clone Wars. And there's quite a few seasons that are not great. However, the last season of Clone Wars might be one of the best pieces of Star Wars ever. It's so good. So my question was like, do I lump all of the TV shows together? It's not a bad idea. So like all of the 7 seasons of Clone Wars or all of the 3 seasons of Mando and stuff, and put those in as their own listing in my giant ranking, right? So I'm gonna add the TV shows into the TV ranking, but also have like a separated list that you can see of just the, oh, there's a guy down here. Separated, oh my goodness, there's also a paladin. Come on now. Separated list of just the TV shows as well. So if you're really curious, like, you know, which TV shows hold up the best, you'd be able to easily see. That's the plan at least. And yeah, the overwhelming majority of people, I would say, just said review individual seasons. Had a couple good suggestions of how I can handle it, where they're like, you could do storylines or plot like lines, you know, and rate it separately that way. But that's more complicated. That's going to require a lot more investigation on my part. But yeah, I think doing it separate by season is going to end up being the best thing. It'll take a bit more time for the review video, but I think it'll be totally worth it. It also means that I can always return to those videos and add new seasons to it. So like when season 4 of Mandalorian comes out, I will add a new video that's like, here's now my review of Mandalorian season 4 and where does it fall on the list. Right? That's the idea. That's the goal behind it. Was there seriously no loot? I killed all that stuff and there was no loot down there? Maybe it despawned, actually. That's actually more of a possibility, I think. So the reason I bring that up is because for our family movie night, even though we were gone all day today, we tried to do family movie night. I say try because we didn't finish the movie. We will finish it tomorrow. Started rewatching, for the first time since it came out, The Rise of Skywalker. That is just like, from moment go, you feel it. You feel like this is not a great movie. And it's really sad because, like I said, the last time I watched it was when it came out in theaters back in 2019. It was right after I got married and right before I headed to Europe for 2 weeks. So I didn't get a chance to go watch it again, and I was very disappointed by that first time that I watched it. But I'm watching through it now for the first time since then, and I'll tell you what, it is really sad watching this movie, and I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in watching a Star Wars movie, and like we're doing family movie night, so the kids expect to sit there and watch it. And I'm thinking, I just can't anymore. I looked at the time, I was like, it's their bedtime anyways. We knew we weren't going to finish the whole movie, and I just paused it. I was just like, this is a good spot to end for the night. And the kids go, wait, no, it isn't. Like, we're right on a cliffhanger. Which, it was true. There was about to be a reveal. And the girls, the two middle children, they've never seen it. The oldest has. He went with us to see it in theaters. So they were like, but I want to keep watching. And I'm just thinking, I can't. I literally cannot keep watching this movie. It was so bad. So that's going to be a really curious one to see how that ends up on the list, because I think I'm going to make some people very, very upset and angry with this list. And honestly, based on the comments that I'm getting when it comes to the poll that I put up and the video I put up and being like, hey, go fill out the poll, please, so it'll help me out like on how I end up doing this. Some people were saying how they would rank things, and I'm like, I'm going to very, very easily disappoint people. But that's kind of the brilliance of this, is it is very divisive. Which movies are the best? Which movies are the worst? People have very strong opinions of movies and how they think of them, specifically for Star Wars. I'm really looking forward to what people think of my ranking, because some of it's going to fall into the, yeah, no, totally agree, right? A lot of people are going to be like, yeah, I agree with that decision of how you ranked that one. Other people, they're going to be very, very upset with me. And, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how the cookie's going to crumble. So I think that's about as much as I could take of the dungeon at the moment. Maybe I should do these events. Maybe not. Like, I'm still kind of half and half on it. I think the shot bow would get us through Duke, potentially. But I'm just waiting for the dude to spawn over here. And when he spawns, actually, let's go double check it real quick. Let's go see if it is actually a glowing mushroom biome. Because if it is, then he'll eventually move in if I just stay in the game long enough. But the thing is, let's see if we get over here. Does the background change? That's going to be the key. Nah, dog, it don't change. So I have to put even more of this down in order to get this guy to spawn. But when he spawns, I can get Shroomite, and then with the Shroomite, I could get one of these special weapons, and then with that, then we'll do Duke. So I think next episode for sure is going to be Duke Fishron.